Welcome! We're about to hand you the user's guide to the most complex, most powerful object in the entire known universe. And the amazing thing is, it's right inside your own head. Yep, we're talking about your brain.
So, just to get a sense of the sheer scale we're dealing with here, look at this number, 90 billion. That's roughly how many neurons are packed inside your skull. But honestly, that's not even the craziest part. Each one of those neurons can connect to thousands of others. We're talking about a network so vast and intricate, it makes the entire internet look like a toy.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly sets the stage for what we're doing today. Trying to run your life without understanding your brain? Well, it's like listening to a world-class orchestra where no one has any sheet music. It's just noise. Our goal here is to hand you that musical score.
Okay, so where do we even begin with something so complex? We start with its most incredible, and maybe its most overlooked, secret superpower. And no, it has nothing to do with the IQ you were born with. It's all about its amazing ability to change.
The fancy word for this is neuroplasticity, and you gotta remember this word, because it's the concept that changes everything. It means your brain isn't some fixed, static thing you're stuck with. Not at all. It's this dynamic, living piece of hardware that is constantly being reshaped and rewired by your experiences, your actions, and believe it or not, even your thoughts. So right now, let's just throw out that old, outdated belief that you're stuck with the brain you were born with. That's just not true. The reality, which modern science has shown us over and over, is that your brain is always a work in progress. And you, every single day, you are the architect.
So, if your brain can change, how do you actually direct that change? How do you become the architect? Well, let's dive into our first practical tool, understanding the science of how your brain learns.
You know, the basic principle is actually pretty simple. It's often boiled down to a little phrase: neurons that fire together, wire together. Think about it like this. Every time you practice a new skill or think a new thought, specific brain cells fire off a signal at the same time. The more they do that, the stronger and faster that connection becomes. You are literally paving a new highway in your brain. And if you want stone-cold proof, look no further than the famous London taxi driver study. I mean, to get their license, these drivers have to memorize this insane labyrinth of 25,000 streets. So researchers scanned their brains, and what they found was amazing. The hippocampus, which is a key part of your brain for spatial memory, was physically bigger in the taxi drivers. This just shows, clear as day, that when you really challenge your brain, it doesn't just learn, it literally grows.
Okay, so we know we can build new skills and knowledge. But what about our internal world? You know, our moods, our stress, our focus. That brings us to our second incredible tool, learning to see your emotions not as a problem, but as a powerful part of the system.
So let me just ask you a kind of wild question. Do you think it's possible to physically change the structure of your brain just by thinking? It sounds like science fiction, right? But the answer, incredibly, is yes. And one of the most studied ways to do this is through meditation.
And listen, this isn't just some feel-good theory. This is hard data. Just look at this. Studies show that regular meditation can physically shrink your amygdala. That's the brain's little alarm system for fear and anxiety. At the exact same time, it beefs up the prefrontal cortex, your hub for focus and good judgment, and the hippocampus for memory. You are literally rewiring your brain to be less stressed and more in control. And this ability to manage our inner state leads us to a huge misconception. We're so often taught that emotions are a weakness, that they're these irrational things that get in the way of smart decisions, while neuroscience shows us that's completely backward.
In fact, you can't make good decisions without your emotions. There's a part of your brain that links emotion and reason, and when it's damaged, people become totally paralyzed by choice. They can't even decide what to have for breakfast. Those gut feelings you get, that's your brain processing massive amounts of information below your conscious awareness. So the big takeaway here is you need both logic and emotion to make smart choices.
So we've covered learning and mastering our own internal world. For our final tool, let's look at how the brain connects us to other people. It turns out you've got a biological empathy switch hardwired into you.
And this switch is run by these amazing little cells called mirror neurons. They are so cool. They fire up when you do something, like reaching for a glass of water. But, and here's the wild part, they also fire up when you just watch someone else do the exact same thing.
So what does that really mean? It means on a very real, neural level, your brain is constantly simulating the experiences of the people around you, It's mirroring their actions, their feelings. This system is the very foundation of empathy. It's how we connect. It's how we understand each other.
So let's do a quick recap of the incredible toolkit you now know you have. 1. You can literally rewire your brain through what you choose to learn and practice. 2. You can master your mood and become more focused. 3. You can make better decisions by trusting your gut. And 4. You are biologically built to connect with and understand other people.
Remember how we started? With the brain as this chaotic orchestra? Well, after everything we've just gone through, it's pretty clear you're not just sitting in the audience, are you? You've been handed the musical score. You've been given the conductor's baton. You're the one in charge. And so, that's the only question left. Knowing what you know now, that your brain is this incredible, adaptable tool just waiting for your instructions, what are you going to teach it to do next?